Well, here we go. See? There's the famous switch. Need to tighten up the bolts on that, boys.
So Elegante, what Tony? What an athlete! A legit 7'7", right?
Yeah, and legit didn't know what the hell he was doing.
Oh well,
yeah, but it's not his fault, right? I mean, he was a. Listen, we have a Satnam Singh now, and Satnam Singh has a lot of ability. I just hope they work with him to pull it out. And I always did like the gravestones and the tombstones.
I did too.
Yeah. One of them said Minnesota Twins, 1991.
Oh.
There it is on the left. Okay. On that still shot if you're watching here on YouTube. So.
They did that, the fake graveyard with the headstones for MLW at a pay-per-view last year, Tony, and they put my name on there.
Did you really?
So I texted Court, and he sent it to me. So I have my own tombstone now.
Oh, that's finished.
I'll tell you what, my mom watched this with me. My mom and dad did, and she wasn't familiar with the diamond stud before the evening, but that was all she could talk about until the special guest came out later. The Phantom came out later.
Right.
I mean, this looks amazing. I mean, Cactus Jack coming out in full leopard print, walking through the graveyard with a chainsaw. I mean, Mick Foley understood the mission here. I mean, this looks like it's from a horror movie.
Mick, go ahead, Ian.
Yeah, he wasn't supposed to be in it. It was supposed to be the one-man gang, right, Tony? Wasn't that advertised?
Right. But hey, good sub.
Absolutely. Right. That's a net positive. Yep.
Oh God. These two guys in a cage. Nah, I'm going to stay away from them.
Vader wasn't supposed to be in this either.
Right.
He's a sub. So Vader's subbing for Wyndham. Cactus Jack and Oz trade places. But it's interesting to think just how loaded this opening match is. And it's always made me laugh. Like, we're going to electrocute a motherfucker in match 1. And then in match 2, we're going back to arm drags.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, how do you, as a fan, I would think after this, if I was a Braves fan, I'd be like, all right, son, we got to hit the road. We saw the guys play grab ass. Now let's go see if the Braves can go from worst to first.
It's funny that you say we electrocuted a motherfucker, because that's exactly. Look at this.
Oh wow.
Oh,
dude, I love that version of Sting.
I do too. What I wouldn't give for him to come out like that at Revolution.
God, it'd be so great.
Yeah. Anyway, Dusty and I talked about this match weeks afterwards, probably months afterwards. And Dusty said, a lot of people criticize that match, but we electrocuted a motherfucker. And I said, yeah, we sure did. you can't deny that. He said the visual of Abdullah the Butcher in that chair being electrocuted is something I'll never forget. I said, I agree.
Nobody will forget that.
That's right.
Something else I didn't forget. Nick Patrick's running around like a fucking goof with a referee camera on. He's got a helmet on with a camera. They were trying new things. This is when instant replay was becoming a thing in sports. And I actually don't hate the idea.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of cool, but boy, it sure does look stupid to see him wearing it. It looks like he's an extra from Weird Science or something.
Yeah. Jim Hurd, I remember, Hurd was famous for saying goddamn Candyman, and he was talking about fan scan and fan of the night, and we'll have a goddamn referee camera. I went, what? A referee camera. Okay, go get him, Jim. At least he was thinking outside the box, right?
I mean, that's a cool view. What we're seeing right there, this feels like Call of Duty before we even knew what that was. It's a first-person shooter game before that was really even a thing.
Right.
May I ask why someone just tumbled out of a casket? There's that was, and
those are the Druids, Ian. Come on.
Yeah. You it's not the Black Scorpion?
Right. Well, it's only been a couple months, so
that's right. People are coming out the casket.
These are the ghouls, I believe, and Brian Clark is going to be known as the Night Stalker.
Oh.
So I guess we're trying to make it sound like we have serial killers from California here on the roster.
Hey, you know what I'm thinking about here too, and I forgot to mention this as he's coming to the ring. The Vader headdress, and he had the steam coming. It was, and he stopped using it because he didn't want to carry it everywhere.
Yeah.
In today's wrestling, we would have carried it. Yeah. We put it in the truck. Absolutely.
Can you imagine trying to go through fucking TSA with that Vader helmet?
Just wear it.
I don't need a separate pound down.
They stopped me in Calgary for explosives because of how close we were in collision. Apparently I had enough explosive material from the pyro on my suit jacket that was packed away that they they took it out, they patted it down, they scanned it, and gave me all my stuff back. But
wow.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're very close to a lot of that pyro. We really are.
Oh, geez, look at Sting and Vader. Who knew what was to come with them? Because Vader was relatively brand new here.
That's right. Yeah.
He was in and out for a bit, and then he starts kind of full time here.
Yeah, this was bringing in Vader was an Ole idea. I remember him talking about bringing him in.
It did happen on the Herd watch, though. I know everybody hates Jim Herd. I get that, but the Steiners coming to prominence. Steamboat coming back.
Another
that trilogy.
They're going to try to kill Cactus here.
Oh yeah, Cactus away.
Yeah, Jim Herd had some good ideas too. I mean, Tony, you were on Family Feud. There was some mainstream sponsorships with Coors and with Brews and
Yeah, you're right. He did, but he alienated so many people.
That's right.
Yeah.
So that's not. I mean, that's the shame is for all the interesting or positive things that he did in wrestling, people will just remember the negative because of his way he handled people.
That's right. He didn't know how to handle people. Did not. Absolutely. That's very well said.
So it turns out no matter how good you are at your job, if you're an asshole, that's what people will remember.
That's right. That's right. Ian will never have that problem because Ian's one of the nicest people ever in wrestling. As a matter of fact, I've said to Ian, I've said to Ian, I said, you're almost too nice to be in the wrestling business.
Well, I appreciate that. And I try and take that niceness on the school board. The only other active school board member that I'm aware of is Rick Steiner here.
Yeah.
So we have that in common.
Right. He's on Cherokee County School Board in oh brother, look at this. Bring them out. Where do these guys come from?
And Tony, do you know who those are? Because I think I recognize maybe Rip Rogers. Maybe no, that's not Rip. Never mind, that's not him.
Well,
Brian Clark's one of them.
Okay,